In the fall of 1997, my partner and I, who's also my brother-in-law, Brent Smith, went to a National Association of Temporary Staffing, NATS, meeting. It was a annual convention, and they put on a really good show. We went to, this was our first one to go to, even though we've been in business for about 3 years with our staffing company. But we went to this one seminar, this one marketing seminar that I've never forgotten. And from that seminar, they had this book. Now, this book's probably out of print, so I'm not necessarily advertising for you to go buy it, but it is a really good book. It's called Rocking the Ages. The reason I want to point this out is because you need a little bit of education on generations. Now, this book specifically is on generational marketing, but specifically we're talking about the generations. So, in this book, and when we talk about, we talk about the baby boomers and the generation X and Y and Z, although they call them millennials and I don't know what they call the Zs, the babies born after 2000. But anyway, the point is they keep changing the name. It used to be X, Y, and Z. So my point is that, and this is the whole point of generational marketing. We name the generations in accordance to life stages, cohort experiences, and current conditions. The culmination of those three things put together give us their values, their preferences, and their marketing behaviors. So now set aside the marketing side for a moment. And so the reason I want to tell you this is it has absolutely nothing to do with the seminar we went to or the staffing industry or Rocking the Ages. But you need a little bit of education on this because you need to understand the generational differences that I'm going to explain in what I'm talking about today. Here are the differences in generations. What they call the greatest generation, which I can't stand that because that's after a book that was written by, I think, Brokaw or Peter Jennings. I can't remember either one. We've got it in the library. My point is the greatest generation they call is actually called GI matures, and they were born somewhere between 1909 and 1927. Now, part of that same generation is the silent matures, which existed from 1928 to 1945. But they're all matures, and the only differentiation is the fact that those that were born after 1927 could not fight or serve in World War II because they would have been under the age of 18 in 1945. From 1946 until the end of 1964 was the baby boomers. I am the last baby boomer. So that's what generation I officially belong to, which I despise. Hold on. Let me finish the generation thing before I give you my opinion. After that, from 1965 up until, I think, 1982, 1, somewhere in there, is Generation X. And then after that is Generation Y, which I think goes up to about the turn of the century. And then Generation Z, which is everybody born after that time. In other words, the kids now, the little kids up to about 18, 19 years old. So it's important to understand for me to build that framework out of generations because of what I'm about to talk to you. Now let me go on to the whole subject of this broadcast.